Hey everyone, Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about the 4K of the Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, if you like Blu-rays, 4Ks, even DVDs, if you like home theater, movies, check out my other videos on my channel because I do unboxings. I do these reviews, discussions, collection updates, custom covers. Check that stuff out, like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. So let's get into talking about Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny on 4K. The movie just came out this year, PG-13. You got Harrison Ford coming back, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Toby Jones, Karen Allen makes an appearance, Antonio Banderas, and it was directed by James Mangold. Now this movie hasn't got a lot of love. I'm not sure. I should have checked to see what the actual box office was, but I don't think it did all that great. It gets shit. I've been reading online. A lot of people are shitting on the movies. But again, I always go into keep an open mind. I have different opinions than everyone else. I try not to be as critical when I'm watching a movie. It's entertainment, and that's why I try to look at it. It's a decent, fun movie. In my opinion, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. It is missing the magic. It's kind of long and drawn out. The last half is really good, but the first half just kind of meanders a little bit. Even though it has the action sequences in the beginning, sometimes action movies, things seem forced and doesn't, feel natural, and this kind of feels that way in the beginning. It just takes so long to get the story going. It's a really slow burn on this one. Basically, it revolves around they're after this really old artifact. It was actually a device built by Archimedes. See if I can pronounce this right. Antikythera, I think it is. And, they find one half of it. It's said that when it's, in one piece, it's able to detect fissures in time. And so it was broken apart. So hopefully, no one would get it and then change the history. But again, it was a fun movie. I did enjoy it. One of the distracting things, I think it was just the way it was filmed. There are some scenes that the corner edges of the screen were like fuzzy black to make it look like you were looking through a lens. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or if they did that intentionally. If it was done intentionally, it's not throughout the whole movie, just certain shots. I'm not sure what was going on there, but in my opinion, that was kind of distracting. And I don't know what it was. It's just, I just didn't care for that. So this 4K release comes from Disney. It just came out this week. Which finding this on release day was a treasure hunt in itself. I kind of touched base on Titanic was the same way. Now I normally don't buy movies on release day. A lot of it's because of the high price. I usually wait for deals. And plus I live an hour away from the closest Walmart. So I'm sure in the hell I ain't going to spend an hour to go drive and find out they don't have it. So, getting new releases is pretty much out of the question. Unless I want to order them online. But we happened to be going to Wichita that day for a doctor's appointment. I was like, oh, what the hell? I really wanted Titanic. And I thought, I was like, well, and I was kind of hoping to get the Walmart exclusive here. Actually has a different slip cover and plus a little pin medallion that comes with it. But I went to 6 Walmarts and no one had the 4K. I asked at every one, and most of the Walmarts had the DVD and Blu-ray, but no 4K. Not even a spot for the 4K. I was like, okay, someone dropped the ball here. Of course, they didn't have the Titanics either. Had to ask for those. But yeah, 6 Walmarts. No one had this on 4K. If I was going to spend the $35, I would have liked to have the Walmart exclusive with the pin. I was like, oh, what the hell? At that point, I was like, I'm not leaving Wichita without fucking Indiana Jones. So I bit the bullet, went to Best Buy because I hate Best Buy. Went there, and that was a shit show because they didn't have any new releases out, and dealing with their customer service. I was in there a half hour just to get one freaking movie, to get some freaking help, have them go back, and it took forever before they found it. Then I had to stand out in line to buy it. So that's why I'm not losing any sleep over them doing my physical media, because I freaking hate dealing with them. Even online, their online customer service sucks as well. So if that mini rant over, you know, the movie was filmed completely in digital, has a 4K digital intermediate, and HDR10, no Dolby Vision. I mean, it is Disney, you know, hell, they don't give a shit about Dolby Vision on their disc. Now, being digital, you know, looks pretty flawless throughout, has some incredible details. I mean, really, there's a lot of detail loaded in this movie, especially being a time period piece. Colors, they're nice saturated, but there's not a lot of color to the movie. You know, the color palette of the movie itself is pretty bland, but there are some times that it pops. The one scene with when Indy goes to jump on a police horse, you know, the black of the horse and the blue blanket or whatever it is on top of the horse. I'm not a horse person, so I don't know I don't know what they call that stuff, but that kind of pops. It looks really nice. But, you know, the facial details, the hairs, so it looks really incredible. But because it was filmed in digital, the problem with digital film is it loses that cinematic feel. It doesn't have the depth to it. Yes, it has details, but there's no depth to the picture. So that's the biggest flaw with this movie, is because of the digital. And also with this 4K, in my opinion, it was too dark. I know you need to, I mean, when it comes to HDR, it really pumps up that contrast and gives you a much deeper, you know, darker picture overall usually. But during the beginning, those nighttime action scenes, you could barely see what was going on. That's why I just thought it was too dark. Where the rest of the movie, it looked great. It's just those nighttime scenes, I just think they just pumped it up a little bit too much. You know, some of you might think it's all because maybe my TV can't handle the blacks. And I was like, there's a lot of other movies out there that are really dark, but you can still see details, see stuff in it. So I just think that kind of flubbed up the transfer, in my opinion. Which leads us to the, you know, comparing with a Blu-ray. There's being a new movie, being filmed digital, there's not a whole lot of difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K. The details still look great on Blu-ray. Your biggest difference is going to be that contrast. You know, a little bit richer on the 4K. Not as bright, but on the same token, those nighttime scenes at the beginning, the Blu-ray, you can see the action, what was going on. So it's kind of it's a kind of a lose-lose situation, because, you know, the 4K, you get a richer picture, but you lose the details in the dark scenes. So it's just like they didn't find that sweet spot when it comes to that darkness. So here, check out some screenshots of comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K, and we'll come back and talk about the audio, packaging, the bonus features. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Now for the audio, they gave us a Dolby Atmos track here. I don't have Dolby Atmos, I have just 5.0. Now it's a good solid audio track. It's nothing that's good. You're not going to show off your system with this. I mean, it is good. It has some nice low-end bass during the couple of explosions, but overall it's not going to blow your mind. It has some nice channel separation, use of surrounds. Dialogue is clear throughout. John Williams' score really sounds great on this. So it's a good, solid track overall. Now comparing with the Blu-ray, the weird thing is the Blu-ray has a DTS HD 7.1. I'm not sure why they didn't give that Dolby track as well. It's kind of odd. Unless I had to do with the capacity, with a 4K having more capacity, those may be able to stick. Maybe the Dolby Atmos track had that much more of a file size compared to the DTS. So maybe that's the reason they didn't do Dolby Atmos. I don't know, but anyway, like I said, it's a good solid track, and it's impressive, but nothing to blow your mind. Now for the packaging, we have a slip cover here, which this is a nice slip cover. I will definitely hang on to this one. This is pretty nice. Love the embossing on it. Standard keep case. I will be doing a custom cover for this to match the rest of my collection, so definitely keep an eye on my channel when I get some. I got a whole bunch of covers I'm working on. I'll be showcasing those once I get them done. But it's nice that they did do some nice artwork on the Blu-ray and the 4K. Now this also did come with a digital code, so here I'll share it with you as I start talking about the bonus features. Now for the bonus features, we have one of the cool things they have on both the Blu-ray and the 4K is the music score. It's actually an isolated music score of John Williams. And you just, click it over and watch the movie with just the music score, nothing else. But of course, the scenes, I actually started out, and of course, the beginning, there was no music, so you just sat there watching with no music. And all of a sudden, the music kicks in. And then we have a 5-part behind-the-scenes documentary. And I didn't watch it, but I just kind of brought it up to see how long it was. And altogether, it was like just shy of 1 hour. So it's got some cool stuff, but not a lot there. No commentary, so I think they kind of dropped the ball with bonus features on this. Now to wrap it up, this is it's a good, solid release here. But I wouldn't consider this a top 10 movie. Like I said, a lot of it just because it's filmed digitally and it just lacks the depth and realism. It just falls short because it's digital. If this had been filmed on 35mm, this would have looked tons better. Now, even though it's got being too dark, the picture overall is, better on the 4K. Just, you gotta suffer through a couple of those dark scenes. The lack of seeing the action. You're just kind of trying to see what the hell's going on. Another problem with the Disney is, on the bottom says Ultimate Collector's Edition, which they give you no commentaries, they give you an isolated music score, and just an hour's worth of behind the scenes, which it is quite a bit, but there could have been more to it. And I'm a person, I've talked about this before. A lot of time. 9 times out of 10, I don't watch bonus features because sometimes it can get kind of boring. Some of the behind-the-scenes stuff can be interesting. Storyboard stuff like that's kind of boring. I don't like. My favorite thing is blooper reels, gag reels. Those are freaking hilarious. I just wish all movies would have that. But again, saying it's an Ultimate Collector's Edition, you expect to see hours and hours of stuff, and it's like, oh, that's it? Okay, whatever. Now, the price did go up on Amazon about 50 cents, so it's up to $31.49. Walmart is still $29.96 for the standard. They still have it online if you want the exclusive. It's $34.96. So if you're interested in getting a different slipcover with that pen, definitely order that through Walmart if you want to spend, a few extra dollars. Now, you really can't give a recommendation on this because it's part of a series. If you own the rest of them, you're going to buy this regardless. Again, it is good. I can't not recommend it. It just does have a couple flaws, but overall it's a good fun movie. It's not the worst. Again, I enjoyed this more than what some of the others people did. Could have been better, yes. Again, I think it was a little too drawn out. They could try to condense it a little bit, make it shorter. But I thought it was a nice send-off for Indy, retiring, getting out of the game. So that pretty much does it for my look at the 4K of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. And keep an eye out for my custom covers. I will be doing like I said, I will be doing a matching cover for this to go along with the rest of them I've done. So we'll see you soon. Geek out.